Now he's asked somebody else to come here and record me. Yes, he's filming me and he's calling people. They've flagged down this dude in a red Camaro and he's now filming me as well. See, Chief, this feels like an ambush, like he's doing this on purpose. So I am going to hook him for assault.
January 16th, 2022, roughly 10 p.m., Mountainair, New Mexico. A young man returns home and informs his father, who goes by Popeye, that he believes that Brent Woodard, the local police officer, is following him around and harassing him. Mountainair is a small town of less than 1,000 people. Everyone knows everyone here. Popeye even works for the city, and he's well acquainted with Officer Woodard, so he decides it's best to just go down, find Mr. Woodard, and talk to him. Officer Woodard pretends that Popeye's attempt to have a conversation with him is a threat, and pulls out his taser. Officer Woodard calls for backup from the sheriff's department, claiming that he's been threatened. But you'll see later in the video that he even admits to deputies that Popeye never made any threats, but that he just felt threatened because Popeye came to talk to him. Popeye was arrested and charged with assault on a police officer for attempting to have a conversation with the local police. After seeing this body cam footage, I was so furious, I got in my car and went all the way out to Mountainair to find this officer and try to have a conversation with him, and see if he would also arrest me for assault on a police officer.
I go to work, come home, my son is a good kid, and you've been harassing us there, man.
Get back. Get back away from me.
No. I'm gonna tell him.
We have freedom of speech, but we just
Get back away from me. Get away from me.
Get
away from me.
Come on, dude.
Sit down. Sit down.
Stop. No, for real, stop. Listen to him.
No, I'm tired of him harassing. I just call Peter right now.
Listen to him, man.
Get away from me.
Listen to him.
What are you doing?
Huh?
Why would you do something like that?
My kid, my family, huh?
Why would you do something like what you just did?
I just came over to I told Peter I was gonna come and talk to you. How come you're harassing my son?
Why would you do what you just did?
Ask you, how come you're harassing our family?
You pulled up to me and came yelling at me.
Because you weren't paying attention, so I honked at you.
Why are you doing what you're doing?
Because I'm seeing what the heck's your problem. What's going on?
You are threatening me for no reason.
I'm not threatening you.
You pulled up here and you came to my car and you're yelling at me.
Keep calm, Dad. Keep calm.
I came to see what the heck the problem was. How come you're harassing my family and me? Huh?
Why do you want to be doing what you're doing?
We have no problem with you, man. We really don't. Can you just please
go stand over there. Go stand over there.
Yeah.
It seemed pretty clear from the very beginning to me that Popeye and his son had no intention of hurting anyone, ever. But Officer Woodard seems to have a very guilty conscience, as if he's been doing things to people that might make some people want to hurt him.
Do you have a gun?
Dad,
no, I don't have no gun.
Do you have a gun in the car?
No.
Please don't reach for anything, man. I don't want you to get freaking shot or tased.
Let him shoot me. He wants to do something. I already told Peter he wants to hurt somebody.
Come on, man.
Now listen to me. What you're doing is absolutely wrong.
Now Officer Woodard is attempting to give Popeye a lesson in morality while holding him at taser point. Whether Officer Woodard thinks that what Popeye is doing is wrong or not, what he's doing is not illegal. Therefore, Officer Woodard has no business telling him what he can and can't do. And he certainly has no business holding him at taser point.
You understand
that?
Dad, listen to him, please, man. I don't want you to get hurt, man. We have kids at the house.
The son knows that his father is right and the cop is wrong, but he also knows that the cop is willing to murder his father. While Officer Woodard is trying to pretend that Popeye is the danger here, Officer Woodard is the only one threatening anybody. Popeye's son is just trying to de-escalate to try to make sure that this lunatic doesn't murder his father right before his eyes.
I know, and I'm tired of him messing with my kid. You're my kid too.
I know. There's a different way to approach it, though,
yeah.
Man.
So first of all, this is very inappropriate what you're doing. You're threatening me while I'm
not threatening you. I'm not threatening you.
You pulled up next to me.
And I honked at you.
I rolled down my window. Go over there.
We need witnesses, man. I don't want you to shoot my dad for no reason, man.
Go ahead and put that down for a second.
No, don't put it down for a second. Don't put it down at all.
Officer Woodard tries to make the son put the camera down so that he's the only one with video footage of what actually happened on this night.
Record, man. Please calm down, Dad, and don't get in trouble, man.
105, dispatch.
Yeah.
Can you please stop pointing at him, though, dude? Like, come on, man.
I have a gentleman at taser point who's assaulted me. Is there any SO in the area? I'm at the 7-Eleven.
That's exactly what they said.
Don't go crazy. Listen to what he says, man, please.
All right. You
got
it recording?
I got it.
Why are you doing what you're doing? You can explain that to me.
Don't say nothing.
105 to any unit. How far away are you?
Didn't I tell you?
It's all right.
I told you, man. told you, just leave it, man.
No, I'm tired of it.
I know, Dad, but
Enough is enough,
we
Ray.
can't win against them, Dad.
Look at the way that the son is acting here. He knows that his dad is right. He knows that the officer is wrong, but this officer has clearly instilled real fear into this young man. While I have not witnessed any past harassment from this officer to this young man, this encounter right here seems to substantiate the claims to me.
Can I go inside the gas station? Please?
Don't stop recording.
No,
this.
no.
Here, can I have it?
Take that inside the car.
Don't reach for it.
105 to SL unit. Be advised, I'm sitting at the 7-Eleven. I was approached by Edward Padilla, and he's threatening me. I have him at taser point.
Oh, see, I'll put it in. 2468.
I've asked you to stop doing what you're doing, okay?
You can
I
record.
can record, though.
Once again, Officer Woodard tries to stop the son from recording what he's doing.
You can record it.
We're not trying to disrespect you, man. We're
Hey.
really not.
So listen to me.
Record this, Dominic,
Yes, sir.
too. Because this dude wants to shoot me, bro. He said I'm threatening him. Come on and record this.
Just
Yeah, I know.
Get out of here. Go now.
This is a small town, so people do look out for each other here. Another individual comes up to start recording, and the officer tells him that he has to leave.
Can you hear me? Can you hear me telling you to get out of here?
You saw when I drove. Did I send him? You have to record it.
Dude, leave, okay?
Dominic, go get a net.
The longer this video goes on, the more this officer, through his own actions, substantiates the claims of the son that this guy follows people around, harasses, and bullies the residents of this town. He has no legal or lawful right to tell people that they can't stand there and record him, but clearly he has instilled real fear into the residents of this town.
Go ahead and sit down on the ground.
Me? Me?
Both of you, sit down on the ground.
Stay recording.
I'm gonna record, but I'm
Sit down on the ground.
I don't want us to get shot, man.
It's all right.
Sit down, Popeye. Did I tell you not to do anything? Just listen to me, okay?
I am, man.
Don't listen to him what he's telling you to do, all right? You're both being detained.
What did I do?
Hey, Chief. So I'm sitting at 7-Eleven. Sorry to wake you up. Sitting at 7-Eleven. Popeye rolls up on me in his son's car. I roll down my window. He approaches the car and he starts screaming at me. I have absolutely no idea. So I 100% feel like it's an assault. Pulled out my taser and pointed at him. And then they're continuing to. He's yelling at me that I'm doing something to him and his kids or something. And I have some SO units coming. I've put my taser away, but it's fucking an assault. I'm not doing anything. I'm not by him. He's threatening me. He's threatening me. You know, just for the hell of it, yeah. No, but you know, at some point I have to put him in handcuffs because I have some SOs coming. He's not listening to me.
Officer Woodard calls for backup and fabricates a story both to his chief and to fellow officers that these guys assaulted him. He claims multiple times that Popeye made threats to him, which never happened. He stalls for over 30 minutes. During this 30 minutes, neither of these two men are restrained in handcuffs or anything like that. As they sit there, more and more people in this small town drive by and see that something's going on. Because they look out for each other, people stop to record. By the time this officer's backup arrives, at least 5 other people have arrived on the scene to watch and record what's going on. If this guy truly believed he was assaulted, he would have immediately tased and arrested Popeye. He knew he was never in danger, but I think he realized pretty quick that he was stupid for pulling out his taser and felt that he needed to charge somebody to rationalize what he had done.
10 o'clock at night, I'm in the parking lot of 7-Eleven with my lights on, headlights on. He drove straight at me, parked 10 feet away from me, got out of his car, came up to my window screaming, you know, what am I doing and all that kind of stuff. I'm not doing anything to him. Yeah, because I've given commands to tell him to stop, and he's on the phone. I've told him not to go on the phone. I'm trying to not escalate to this to where it's a physical thing, because that's what they want. That's what he's provoking me.
Whoa, I don't believe Popeye has done or said anything that would indicate he wants to escalate this to something physical. Quite the opposite, actually. If anything, Officer Woodard is the one who seems to want to escalate this to something physical. This looks like a case of guilty conscience to me. The fact that Popeye came up and called out Officer Woodard for something he's probably actually doing got Officer Woodard so mad that he feels like hitting people?
No one asked you to talk to him. Come over here.
Now that backup has arrived, this coward is going to go full bully mode.
No one asked you to talk to him. Come over here. So thank you for coming, sir. These gentlemen approached me in an aggressive manner. I pulled my taser on them. They've already called a bunch of people, this person right here and this person right here. Both of them are going to be detained in handcuffs. You understand how delicate this is, right? Who these people are. Do you know who they are?
I do not know.
They've called every city council member. They've called these people right here. This is a dangerous situation. So the charges are assault against a police officer and risk of evading obstructing. You see how he's filming me. You see how he's filming me. You see how he's filming me.
Yeah.
So what the deal is, I'm just sitting here in my car right there. They come up really fast, like in that position there right there, and then charge my window and start screaming at me. Why am I, see this guy's on the phone too. Why am I following them? I'm not following them. Why are you following my family? I'm not following them. So I spoke to my chief, and essentially, it's just you and I here, right? So,
I don't know.
but what I'm telling you, it's just you and I here, and this is a dangerous situation. These people are known to have guns. I don't know who this person is, the person that just pulled up there. So what I think I might do, because they're all looking for a conflict. See that big tall guy over there? He came here too. They're all looking for us to touch these people. Now that you're here, I think I'm going to go up there, read him his Miranda rights, and tell him that he's going to be summoned to court for these charges. Do you feel comfortable with that? Because if I put my hands on him, yeah.
But let's call him over here.
Yeah. Popeye, come here. Popeye, put your hands on top of your head.
Huh?
Put your hands on top of your head. Okay, put your hands down. Edward Padilla, I'm going to read you something, all right? You have the right, keep your hands out of your pocket. You have the right to remain silent. Anything you say can use against you in court. You have a right to consult with an attorney and have an attorney present during questioning. If you cannot afford an attorney, one can be provided you before questioning at no cost. Do you understand these rights?
Yes, sir.
With these rights in mind, I'm going to tell you some things and you can talk or not talk. You understand that? So Edward Padilla, what you've done is caused a situation where you've had the state police come here, the sheriff's office come here, because of what you're doing. I have no idea what you're doing.
I can't even talk to you. I can tell the mayor.
Listen to me. No, Edward. There's no more of that, right? What your aggression today is, as soon as you came up here, I started recording you. So all the, it's not good. It's not good, okay?
Yeah, because I didn't come over here to make no trouble. I just came
You 100% came over here to make trouble.
Why would I make trouble? Why would I want to make trouble with you, man? I've been trying to make peace with you, man.
Can you get the plate on that car, and on this car, and just write them down and then enter them into the call for me? So Edward, you're going to get charged. What you've done today, what you've done right here, doesn't make any sense, right? All the things you've said to me don't make any sense. Okay? And Edward, the reason I'm choosing not to put you in handcuffs is because all these people here, I don't know who has guns, all right? What you're doing doesn't make any sense. I've never contacted you on anything, right?
No.
And so what you've done today is come up here and you've assaulted a police officer. And so the behavior of what you're doing is going to stop now, right? Edward, I'm using all the patience I have, okay? If I would have confronted you when you came up here, you would have been put in handcuffs. And then all the people you called to come here to this scene, this person right here,
I didn't call none of them.
Remember, at the beginning of this, the only people that were there were Popeye, also known as Edward, and his son. So he's claiming that he wanted to handcuff Popeye immediately, but that he couldn't because there were so many other people there. Well, those people didn't arrive until 30 minutes later after the officer had stalled for so long. If he truly believed that Popeye committed a crime, he would have arrested him immediately. But he didn't, because he knows Popeye didn't commit a crime.
Why did you come here? Who called you?
This officer thinks that he has authority that he doesn't have. He's upset that people are coming to watch and record what he's doing, and he thinks that he has the authority to tell them that they can't do that.
Josiah, come here. Put your hands down. You have the right to remain silent. Anything you say can be used against you in court. You have the right to consult with an attorney and have an attorney present during questioning. If you cannot afford an attorney, won't be provided to you with no questioning at no cost. Do you understand these rights?
Yes, sir. Can I ask
With these rights in mind, do you wish to speak to me now when I talk to you? This is Josiah. What you did today, listen to me.
Yes, sir.
I've met you several times.
I like you. I have no problem with you.
You're going to get charged with a crime today. 100% going to get charged with a crime today.
What did
What
I
you-
do? I was
Well,
even
when you
trying
review
to-
your camera, you'll see what you did, okay? Pulling up to a cop who's sitting here with my lights on, just sitting here, and you charge up in this car.
I
Were
didn't
you
try- I
driving or were
wasn't
you in the
driving.
passenger?
I was in the passenger, sir.
Okay.
That's
I
it,
have
sir.
been following you.
Yes, sir.
Okay. So you went home and told your father I was following you.
Yes, sir.
Can you see how many cops are here?
Yes, sir.
Can you see how many people were called to this scene?
Yes, sir. But
Okay.
my phone died. You saw it. I didn't call nobody, sir.
Then how did all these people get here?
You saw me when my phone died, officer.
I
swear.
also remember I recorded the second you came up here.
Can I pull my pants up?
Every person that came by, you waved them in and your father waved them in. Did you want to fight me?
No, sir. Why would
Okay,
I?
then why would you call all these people?
Why would I want to fight a cop?
You're 100% starting problems.
How am I trying to start problems, officer?
You wouldn't be here if you didn't want a problem to happen.
Yes, sir.
Also, I heard him talking about how you've already all called every council member. Why would you call a council member?
Because, man, I'm not trying to start problems. I literally
Is a council member a police officer?
Yes, sir.
Can a council member do anything with the law enforcement?
Yes, it is very important to contact the mayor and city council members about situations like this. They do have the power and authority to terminate the employment of appointed staff within the city, including this officer. This officer never felt physically threatened. He knows that his days are numbered at this department, and he's retaliating.
Yes, sir.
Not at all, right? Why would you be calling them?
Because my uncle Ted Lopez did, sir.
Who's Ted Lopez? Who's that guy right there?
That's my Nino Tony
Tony what?
Medina.
Who's that car over there?
I can't see from here, sir.
Okay. Okay, so you're going to get charged with a crime. Go stand over there. Okay, so you purposely came and looked for me? And remember, you're under your Miranda rights. You can answer these questions or not. What's that?
I won't speak to him.
Okay.
At this point, Popeye has invoked his right to remain silent and said that he wants a lawyer. The officer is not supposed to question him anymore at all without a lawyer present.
So, Poppy, you're going to get charged with an assault against a police officer, resisting and evading and obstructing.
This is a lot of fabricated charges by this officer. 1. Assault on a police officer. Assault means that you threatened somebody. Popeye never threatened anybody and even articulated multiple times that he wasn't here to threaten or harm anyone, but that he wanted to talk to the officer about a problem that he has. Now the cop is talking about resisting and evading. The officer has never made any attempt to arrest Popeye, and when he told him to come over and put his hands on his head so that he could pat him down, he completely complied. Evading would be running away. Popeye has never left the scene, and he's actually stayed right where the officer has told him to stay, sitting like a dog the entire time. The more this cop talks, the more it becomes perfectly clear to me why so many people in this town have so many problems with this police department.
How many fucking times has that fucking fool drove by? Okay. This fool right here came up here because they called him. Trouble with it is he's not saying I'm going to beat you up, but what's your problem with me?
Officer Woodard verbally articulates that he knows there's a problem with the charge of assault on a police officer because Popeye never threatened him at all. He just asked what his problem was. Pretty problematic to your case when you go back and forth, telling Popeye that he assaulted you and then telling other officers that you know he didn't assault you.
He came and sought me out and then is screaming at me So I had to pull out my taser to get him away from me. He's known to have a gun. Yesterday, I was arresting somebody. He came to the scene. As soon as this turned from this consensual contact that he was trying to make with me to me pulling my taser on him became a criminal activity.
Whoa, did you hear that? He just admitted that Popeye came up to have a consensual encounter, a conversation. He knew this from the beginning, that was all Popeye was there for. But now he claims that at the point where he pulled out his taser because he didn't want to have a consensual conversation, that's when it turned criminal. And he's right. It did turn criminal at that point, but not on the part of Popeye. On the part of Officer Woodard. Officer Woodard's backup is here now. The only reason he has not made any arrests or written any citations at this point is because he's trying to talk this out with the other officers and get confirmation that he should make a false charge on these guys. We're more than 30 minutes into this encounter. If he truly believed that Popeye was a threat, he would have dropped him with that taser instantly, arrested him, and left. They never would have had time for people to drive by and see what's going on. They never would have had time to call people and ask them to come and record. I would say to Officer Woodard what he said to Popeye earlier. What you're doing just doesn't make any sense.
And they're doing that normal thing where they go out and film.
The one thing that Officer Woodard consistently references is that these guys come out and film him. Every time he references it, he seems very upset that it happens.
I had to get back in my car for the amount of people that were coming here. You know, the opposing force of using all my strength to calm myself about this whole fucking thing. Caesar, can you 15 that kid over there? 15 that gentleman over there. Yeah, put your hands behind your back. I'm arresting you. These people are assisting me. So Josiah, you're under arrest. You understand that?
Yes, sir. Can I ask for what?
I've explained it to you.
You didn't tell me what I was being
Assault on a
charged
police officer, resisting, evading, and obstructing, okay?
with. Sir,
All
we
that shit that you did, right?
Officer Woodard arrests Popeye and his son with the assistance of Torrance County Sheriff's Department and the New Mexico State Police. He then proceeds to search their car.
So Popeye, I'm going to be more relaxed with you than a regular prisoner because you know who I am and I know who you are. We're here by ourselves now, and I have no more threats of other people hurting me. All those precautions of all those other fucking cops came there because I 100% felt you were going to hurt me or those other people were going to hurt me.
No one hurt none of you guys, man. That's what I'm saying. I love the people over here. And
Yeah.
you
So
work with
Popeye,
the
just
same-
remember you're still under your Miranda.
Yeah.
Just because I'm being nice to you, you
Well,
should.
I'm okay. This is who I am. That's who I am. You work with the same company I work. I'm not gonna let no one hurt
Right.
you with it.
So you were at your house.
Yes.
You left your house to come look for me.
To talk to you. Yeah.
Now remember, when Popeye first tried to have a conversation with Officer Woodard, it was just him and his son. Now the officer is claiming that he knows Popeye and that he knows he's not a threat to him, and so he's going to be more relaxed with him than other prisoners. Officer Woodard always knew that Popeye was never a threat to him. Officer Woodard was mad that Popeye called him out for following around his son and harassing him. And while I personally can't substantiate these claims, I can tell you that based on what I've seen in this video, Officer Woodard is a dangerous person to society. It should be noted that Chief Reyes is backing his officers' actions on that evening. I decided to do what Popeye did. I went out to Mountainair to find this officer and try to have a conversation with him, to see if he would also arrest me for assault on a police officer for trying to talk to him. Hey man. Good, how are you? You know where the police department is at?
It's right over there on Roosevelt.
Okay.
109 North.
What is it?
109 North Roosevelt.
Okay, is there anybody there?
No, but I can help you with what you'd like.
Oh, okay. You want to go over there and talk in the light?
Absolutely, Mr. Freeman, anytime.
All right. Mr. Freeman, is that what you said?
Yes, sir.
All right. You want me to ride with you?
No, thank you.
Are you sure?
Yes,
I don't bite.
No, you don't, sir.
I've never bitten before.
I know you haven't.
What's your name, man?
My name is Brent. It's nice to meet you.
Brent?
Yes.
All right. Brent
Brent Woodard, sir.
Woodard? Great. All right. To the left at this stop sign, right? Or up here.
You could walk right down that.
That alley? Okay. All right. Thanks, Brent. I appreciate it, man. You know how lighting is important for a videographer.
You bet, sir. How are you today?
I'm good. How are
It's
you?
nice to see you.
You too. So how'd you know who I am?
I don't know. Isn't it weird?
Were you watching live or what?
No, we have seen you visit the other gentleman over in Moriarty before. Yeah, we're working on that. We're actually on a call right now.
Oh, I'm sorry. Okay.
It's okay.
Okay.
Thank you.
Cool.
though.
No problem. Hey, I was just curious. So it's not, you don't see it as a threat that I come out here looking for you to talk to you?
That's perfectly fine.
Okay, great.
Thank you, though. Yeah, sure.
Is there anyone
It's just me, right?
Is there anyone out in this area that if they did come out to have a conversation with you, you'd feel threatened by them coming to talk to you, or no?
No, I think it's very important that everyone is open and has the right.
Be able to approach you? Great, excellent. Thank you so much, sir.
Nice seeing
You
you.
too.
Yeah, but you just heard me. The people that I arrest, right? Criminals.
Time to arrest yourself, officer. Contact information for the town is in the description and the comments below.